All right, after a little bit late start to the day, where in the world are we?
We are in Ibiza, Spain, an island in the Mediterranean.
We were supposed to be here at about 2 o'clock this afternoon, but because of really strong headwinds, I know when we were up on the deck of the ship, it seemed to be about 50, 60 miles an hour. It slowed the ship down quite a bit, and we didn't arrive here until about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So as soon as we got here, we hurried up off the ship, walked down the pier, and they were selling tickets for a city boat. So we hopped on that boat. It's one with a blue label, and for €6 each round trip, brought us over here to the city center. And now we're waiting on another city boat. It's a city beach boat, and it was €10 each. And it's a hop on, hop off type ticket. We could have done the hop on, hop off type ticket earlier, but we just wanted one way to the city center. And we're headed out to the other part of the island where supposedly the really nice beaches are. And we'll catch up with you as soon as we get there.
And just a quick note that for once, Jeff is not going to decide to climb to pretty much the highest point on the island, so I don't have to climb. How many sets of stairs did it tell us the other day when we were in?
Uh, 35, I think.
Yeah, so 35 sets of stairs our fitness app recorded the other day. So we're not going to do anywhere near that climbing today. We're going to find a beach and a drink, and we'll see you in a bit.
Yeah, and actually I think we're just going to forego history altogether today and just hang out on the beach.
Sounds good.
While we still have a few minutes to kill before the beach boat gets here, we're just walking through some of the nearby streets that are here in the city center. There's a lot of quaint little shops, souvenir stands, cafes, restaurants. Definitely quite a bit to do around here in the city center. Not sure we're going to get to spend much time here, but it definitely looks like a nice place to visit.
So Ibiza is definitely known as a luxury destination. You can see here all of the luxury yachts that are docked. They all have little electric meters that they're all hooked up to, people on board that are cleaning up the boats, all those kind of things. Ibiza also is known for its nightlife. Jeff and I aren't really into that scene anymore, so we probably won't be partaking in that. But I think part of the reason that this ship docks later in the day is so that people can partake in the nightlife of Ibiza as well. We'll probably catch a little bit of it maybe on our way back from the beaches, but I'm definitely not about that life at this point anymore, so we'll probably forego that part to Ibiza.
Well, after about a 30-minute boat ride, we made it over here to what appears to be the much nicer beach. The boat did stop at a much smaller beach closer to the city center that was north of here, but we stayed on the boat, and now we're at the much bigger beach that's a little bit further down to the south. It drops you off at the very northern end of the beach, so there is a little bit of a walkway to the nicer area, but it looks like what we have coming up ahead is pretty nice to look at. So what do you think of the beach?
So if you're used to a typical, like, wait a minute, Caribbean beach or Hawaiian beach or something along those lines, this is not going to be the beach for you. Mediterranean beaches are very different. This is just a really typical Mediterranean beach. It's really rocky. There's a lot of like stuff being churned up from the bottom from the waves. The water's cold, I don't know why. And yeah, as you can see, it's pretty wavy too.
Since we got here so late in the day, we didn't spend a whole lot of time on the beach, so after a little bit of time relaxing, we walked through some of the side streets right here by the beach where there's a lot of little shops and stores and things like that. And now we're going to see if we can find ourselves someplace to get a drink before we head back to the city center.
Alright guys, so we had just a couple minutes until the boat came to take us back to city center, so we stopped at this cute little beach bar called Happiness Beach Bar. Jeff had a large beer. I had a small beer mixed with lemon Fanta, which was surprisingly refreshing. I'm not a huge beer drinker, but if I have it, I kind of like the citrusy feel to it, like a shock top or something along those lines, so I figured that was just right for me. And then we had a bottle of still water that we shared also. Came to a total of 12 euros, but the boat's pulling up to the dock, so we're going to go get on it and head back to city center, and we'll see what we can find there.
See you shortly.
Okay, so we're at a little tapas place right here in the old town of Ibiza, and called Dorino, and I have a strawberry mojito, and Jeff has a beer. But also we have coconut skewer, chicken skewers, and we also ordered a plate of nachos to share. So I'm going to let you know how the chicken is right now. The mojito's very strong, I'll tell you that straight up. Let's see how this is. Oh, it's really good. Like, super good. Let me try the nacho and I'll let you know on that. We got the vegetarian nachos. You could get them with meat as well, but we didn't do that. Excellent.
So I didn't realize this, but apparently I own a Ibiza.
So guys, we did want to mention Ibiza is really known for its discos, its techno music. Obviously, a lot of DJs, famous DJs, are headquartered here in Ibiza. So you can see Jeff just zoomed in on kind of the board for that. You can go to a disco anywhere from 20 euros to 100 euros just for the ticket to get in. Nothing more than that. So if that's your thing, just be aware that that is going to cost you for sure.
Yeah, just I don't know how well you can see it on there, but like David Guetta is performing tomorrow and it's 80 euros to get in. We just finished our dinner and we're on a little walk around the old town area of the city. We figured while there's still a little bit of daylight out, we'd wrap up this video. What are your thoughts on Ibiza?
The beach was not probably what I expected. I think it was a little bit less than I expected. I was a little bit disappointed in the beach, even though I kind of knew coming into it what the Mediterranean beach vibe was. But I would say Old Town I really, really love. Like, this plaza that we're in right now, like, the city is just filled with these little plazas, and they're lined with every restaurant and every shop that you can imagine. You are definitely not going hungry in Ibiza. There's a lot of Italian food here in addition to a lot of Spanish food. But Japanese, like, we've seen it all. Mediterranean, I just saw one from Madagascar, like a restaurant that, is from that type of cuisine. So, like, you're definitely absolutely not going to go hungry if you're hanging out in Ibiza.
And I just wanted to add that, like most European cities, this is a very walkable city. It's not hard to get around and find stuff to do. And just one last thought, don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see where we're headed to next. We're headed off to another Mediterranean island tomorrow.